Morning. Good morning. This is my fourth time trying to make this video and people keep calling my phone and I'm like, why? Why are you calling me right now? People never call me, but everybody keeps calling me. Anyways, how are you guys this morning? Happy Saturday morning. I hope your Saturday is going amazingly. Mine's going pretty good. My husband's birthday was this weekend. So that was fun. Just all around good time over here. It's the Burr months. Literally, you can't tell me anything this time of the year. I am just a happy camper. I am putting my Christmas tree up on November 1st. You guys will see her. You can't tell me anything. I'm just a happy girl during the Burr months. Not so much September. Because it's still hot and I'm not fully in the holiday spirit yet. But from Halloween until Christmas, I'm almost intolerable. I really am, unfortunately, for my friends and family. Because I love it. I love it. Like crazy eyes. Love it. But I digress. We're here for a reason, and that reason is to not talk about Christmas yet, though it's coming. It's coming. We are here to talk about Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. This was such a highly anticipated read for me, you guys. I really was looking forward to reading this book. So the first book, it's a duology. And the first book is called One Dark Window, and obviously it's by Rachel Gillig, and it follows, I have a whole video on it here in my channel, but it follows pretty specifically Elspeth Spindle and Raven's story. So Raven Yu and Elspeth Spindle, their story, whereas Two Twisted Crowns has a lot more of, I'm not good with the names, okay? It's I-O-N-E. So I pronounced it in my head Ione while I was reading it. That is probably not how you say that name. However, Ione is how I said it. So Ione and Elm come way more into the forefront of book 2, because all of book 2, which is probably my only complaint, this was still a 5-star plus read for me. So if you're wanting to know how I felt about it, you guys know I have a rating scale of 1 through 5, and then I have a select small column for 5 pluses. This was a 5+ read for me. I'm not sure if it was just the anticipation of the story or what, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So what these books are about is essentially the magic system in this kingdom of Blunder is Providence card based. So the Providence cards are like tarot cards. And each card that you use, you tap it to use its powers. And there are a variety of cards that they talk about in the books. And it was one of the coolest magic systems that I have ever read. I mean, I'm sure there's other really cool ones out there, but of the magic systems that I have read, this one was so freaking cool to me. I just really thought it was explained well. The goal of, saving the kingdom was well explained. You had to basically destroy the 12 cards, the first 12 cards that everything was based off of when the Shepherd King first opened this set of magic to these cards, these Providence cards. So it was just really, really well done. And then, so picking up off of One Dark Window, in the end of One Dark Window, the nightmare takes over Elspeth. So he's always kind of been in there in the back of her mind since she first got infected with magic at a young age. But she never really fully understood who it was or anything like that. Turned to find out it is the Shepherd King, the man who released these Providence cards upon blunder from hundreds of years ago, who was living in this nightmare card, and when she tapped it, he took over, and she gets lost in herself. So the almost in the entirety of Two Twisted Crowns, you're speaking to the nightmare in Elspeth's body. So there's not a lot of Elspeth and Raven in this book. And like I said, if I had a flaw in it, that is it. I love Elspeth and Raven, and I didn't get enough of them in the first book, and I really wanted more of them in the second book. Alas, all I really got was the epilogue of them in the second book, because the forefront romantasy that's happening is happening between the Prince Elm and Ione Hawthorne, who is Elspeth's cousin. If you remember, she is the one whose father sold her to the king to marry Hoth, the evil prince, for a nightmare card. So that was like a big deal in the first book, and they gave her a maiden card and made her tap it so that she just became this beautiful, flawless person, but who really had no emotion left, and her heart was so cold because of using the maiden card. And so Elm and Ione were just such a beautiful story. Kind of both of them coming to their past traumas, I guess, and just the way that they decided to save the kingdom together. It was a really beautiful story, and I really, really loved it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than I really enjoyed the book. At no point, which in romantasy or fantasy, a lot of times I'm like, I roll my eyes quite a bit, just like, wow, this is really dumb, or wow, that's not very realistic. And in this entire duology, One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns, never at once did I feel that way. Never once did I go, oh, okay, like I do when I'm reading fantasy sometimes. So that's really cool. I feel like it's very realistic romantasy, if that is even a genre. As in, I could see these things happening because they are explained well and in detail enough that it makes sense. Like, don't just tell me, oh, this person has magic, and don't explain to me why they have magic, how they have magic, what kind of magic, what can they do with their magic, what can they not do with their magic. I don't like just broad, and she has magic. You know what I mean? Tell me. I want details. I want all the juice, all the tea. So this duology does an incredible job of explaining the magic system. And yeah, I just highly recommend it. If you clicked on this video, you probably read One Dark Window. And if you did, then you know it is that dang good. So yeah. All right, you guys, that is pretty much it for me. If you liked One Dark Window, read this one, read Two Twisted Crowns, because it's that damn good, and it is a 5+ read for me. I will have next week, probably next Wednesday, out my month in review, and it is going to be a beefy one, you guys. I read 20 books this month of October, which is my so far record high of the most books I've ever read. It's 20 books. I don't think I've come anything close to that before. I think 15 was my high before this month. So just tons of reads. I told you I've really been loving Audible for certain books here lately. And yeah, just really enjoying it. Love you guys so much. I will see you next week, and have an awesome rest of your week, and happy Halloween!